What's going on, guys? Brother Russia here, back with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And today we are taking on the new Dragon Ball story event. This is the Cataclysmic Clash, the final showdown with Frieza. So it's just another one of these story events over here. It's actually on the JP side. We haven't got it on global yet, but on JP it's one of the the permanent story missions. So there are some missions that are associated with it, and then there is a new support memory that you do end up getting. So there are some missions previously, which a lot of people probably have already completed, because this is actually a very, very old story event. So the old missions were basically to farm up the second form Frieza, unlock his full hidden potential, and basically get him all rainbowed out. Now, the new missions that we got here, obviously it's to clear, stages 1 through 12. And so the missions that they have here is stage 1. So for this one up here, you have to use at least one character that's on the Wicked Bloodline category. Stage 2, you have to use a character that is on Hybrid Saiyans. Stage 3, you gotta use at least one character that's on Namekian and one character that's on Legendary Existence. Stage 4, you have to use at least one character that has the Link skill Shocking Speed. Stage 5, you gotta use at least one Transformation Boost category unit. Stage 6 is you have to use at least one character that's on Entrusted Will. 7, you got to use at least one character that's on the Kamehameha category. 8 here, you have to use one character that's on Final Trump Card. 9, you have to use one character that's on Earthlings category. And then 10, you have to use one character that's on the Legendary Existence category. And then 11, you have to use at least one character that's on the Battle of Fate category. And then stage 12, you have to use one character that's on Exploding Rage category. And then these ones are super easy. You just have to clear stage 1 on Z Hard, and then you just have to clear all normal stages and all Z Hard stages. So let's go ahead and hop in here. I've already got a team ready to go. So this is the team that I'm going to be using. It's got every single unit that we need that's going to tick off all the boxes. So we should be able to just kind of fly through all of these missions, go through all the stages, and just get this done. Now, the one thing that's actually really nice is with them kind of doing like a revamp on these stages, it is actually very nice that they, one, add in like a new support memory every single time that they do this. And then for 2, it is really nice that they reset all of the stages, so that way you can go through and basically just redo them. It's free stones every single time that you do it. So right here we got 12 stages. So that's, 2 stones per stage. It's just a free 24 stones. And all you have to do is just go back through all of these stages again. Again, not that big of a deal. I mean, anybody that's got at least 10 minutes of free time can probably get this done with no issues. And the one thing that I do like that they did is I am actually a huge fan of the fact that they made them permanent. Because that's like one of the things that I always had an issue with was the fact that a lot of these, some of the older stages would only show up sometimes and then, not come back for a while. So having them actually be just permanent stages makes it really easy, especially if you have to farm medals. There are some of them where you can farm free-to-play units as super attack fodder. So having them always available is also really good. So, I mean, they got a lot of other stages to do. Because I mean, there's so many story events, especially older story events, that they need to kind of revamp and bring back. One of the ones that I can think of is the They're probably waiting on this one for like a special celebration, but there is the one stage of like from GT with the Baby Saga units. So it's the ones where you could farm up like the who is that? I think it's like the Super Saiyan Goten, the Super Saiyan Gohan, and the Trunks, like all of those that can be farmed up. I think one of the stages, from what I can remember, one of the stages hasn't been revamped at all. So it has no category boost, and it does have some of those units that do need to get farmed up, and with no category boost, those drop rates are abysmal. And they haven't revamped it yet. They haven't done anything with it yet. So like I said, I'm wondering if we eventually are supposed to get a actual baby like Dokkan Fest, and maybe they're just waiting to drop it at the same time, which theoretically would make sense, because then at the same time they could give awakenings to all of those like free-to-play baby units, or baby possessed units I should say, because if they can do that, then that would open up a good avenue for a lot of those older free-to-play units to actually get an awakening, and possibly even get an easy A. I'm sure they would probably get like an easy A area just because of like how old the units are. I don't really see them. I don't know. I don't really think that they would just awaken them and leave them uneasy A'd. Though I would prefer that they actually did that. And I've actually put that in like a lot of their surveys that they've gotten. Like whenever we get a chance to do these surveys and everything, I always tell them like, hey, when it comes to these free-to-play units, stop easy-ing them right away. Like, make the units at least viable for a little bit, and then when they just completely fall off, then easy A them. Because the way I see it is, you're essentially just like ruining the life expectancy of these units. Because if you really think about it, especially like during anniversary, it's always the worst time is during anniversaries or like worldwide celebrations. A lot of these units that get awakenings, they get an easy A right away, especially free-to-play units. And once they get that, they're done. That's it. They're not coming back. They're not revisiting the units or anything like that. And as far as I know, they didn't say anything about doing a super easy A for free-to-play units or, you know, some of these other units. They did say that they will do them for LRs, but I think it's kind of like a wait and see, just like, are they going to do anything with the free-to-play LRs or not? But from my consensus point, if you think about all of the, like, think of the, like, we'll say the, what was it, the 8th anniversary units? We got like the free-to-play, who was it, like, was it Hercule? It was like the free-to-play Hercule, and then we got like the LR Deborah, or I'm sorry, the LR Bobbity. Those units already got their easy A's. They already got everything that they needed. They're done. Like, they're not going to do anything with those units anymore. And what they could have done is just awakened them, give them whatever kit that they're going to give them as an easy A unit, and then let them simmer for, you know, a year or two or whenever. Let them be good with like whatever their easy A kit would have been. Let that be their awakened kit, and then later come back, easy A them, and make them better. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's just a bad concept. You guys can let me know in the comments. I don't think it's a bad concept, but like, I think that that would be a legitimate, like, perfect way on how they can improve these free-to-play units. Because I know a lot of people do say, you know, there are a lot of free-to-play players, of course, so they do want units that are going to be good. But, I mean, it is a gacha game at the same time, so they want you to spend money. They want you to summon for these new units. They want you to use premium units. but at the same time, they also have to appease to a player base that is not going to spend money. And the way that they do that is by making these units that are farmable and free to play. You still have to make them good, good enough to use. And like I said, when you just easy A these units right away, that's it. They're basically done. So in all of my surveys, like I said, I always tell them, when a new unit comes out, awaken them, give them that whatever their easy A kit is going to be, leave that as their passive, easy A them later, make them even better. So hopefully, they kind of take that into consideration and actually listen. But as we could see, coming from the 9th anniversary, they haven't done that because they just immediately awaken and easy aid the new units. So we'll see if maybe they end up doing something different for, worldwide or anything like that. But I'm not going to hold my breath. But I guess we'll see, because like I said, with some of these units, like the Baby Saga units of the possessed Goten, Trunks, and Gohan, they don't even have awakenings yet. They don't even have like a TUR version. So we'll see if maybe like whenever they do get their TUR version, if they'll just awaken them and make them decent units and then just wait and easy aim later, or if they're just going to easy aim right away. Because I don't want to say that they haven't done it before, because they have, because we still don't have a easy A for the AGL Veku, the free to play unit. We don't have an awakening for him, or we don't have an easy A for him yet. We don't have an easy A for the STR free to play Turles. We don't have one for him yet either. So, I mean, there are some units that haven't gotten easy A right away, which is very good. So that means they are kind of considering it. I'm really hoping that they'll just start doing that for more units going forward. But, that's neither here nor there. Hopefully, again, they listen to it. That's just me. And then the one thing I'm very glad that they stopped doing, I think it was like a one-time thing, but the AGL Wrathful Broly, the fact that they gave him the fact that they dropped an easy A for him immediately on the same banner of which he dropped made absolutely zero sense to me. Like, I get, the movie was hype and they wanted to ride the wave of that movie, but the fact that they have a summonable unit that had an easy A immediately makes no sense to me. Like, you guys can let me know in the comments below what your thoughts were on that, but the AGL Wrathful Broly, the fact that he dropped as a summonable unit, which was a side banner unit, and immediately had an easy A already, just, I don't know, for me it didn't make sense. It didn't bode well for me. It didn't make sense to me. I felt like it was just a kind of like a shady way to make people summon, because they're like, hey, this unit's already got a easy A and I want to make sure that I can at least use him. So they just kind of easy ate him right away. I don't know. It's weird, but I'm really glad that they have not done that again since then. So hopefully they actually caught a lot of flack for that, and people were like, hey, don't do this again, because it's not good. Because again, like with that Wrathful Broly, he was basically dead on arrival because he got his easy A right away. They're not easy-ing him again, so he's just kind of that Wrathful Broly at this point is a waste. He was a wasted unit, and they're just gonna have to make a new Dokkan Fest Wrathful Broly to replace him at this point. So that's all I can really say to that. But there we go. That should be all of the missions completed. We'll go through here, and yep, we get the new support memory. So there we go. We're all done, and yeah, again, it was super easy. Took literally 15 minutes, 10 minutes to do. So hopefully you guys will remember to get this one done. It's free stones, free support memory, may as well get it done. So there you guys go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, consider hitting that like button. And if you guys are new here, consider subscribing as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.